however I expect you to give me a gift. You just spoiled me. You just spoiled me. It's your fault. You spoiled us. You spoiled us, huh? Us. So, I don't know, now you know, I said I could give you something. Who did that? That was Gospel, because he always do that. How many flavors was that? I don't know. I can't say. I don't know how much that was. Gospel, you get all the pancakes at this point. You get the kids pancakes. They ain't gotta eat. They ain't gotta eat. Hey, OG. That's why she want one, because they all small, though. I don't want that. Everybody only can get two, because this is the battle of last night. She put up. She said what?
Bang, 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 my motherfucking G. Praise.
Check out this new soft touch shoulder bag with a trendy wide strap. It's perfect for fall and winter.
Cameron, relax to Cameron responded to Vic Mensa.
Only 93 cents on Tenmo.
What's up, Odds? What's up with it? You know, we back here with a quick conversation. You know what I mean? I came across Cameron. You know what I mean? Cameron been going back and forth with, what's his name? Vic Maynard? Maynard? What the fuck his name is? Because, you know, Cameron made the comment, you know, on his talk show, Talk with Flea, that he wasn't African. He don't identify as being no African or African. You know what I mean? I'm noticing a lot of people say that too. Oh, I'm not African American. I'm just American. So I want to get people to say, you know, it's mostly for my FBA people, because a lot of people couldn't answer this question. Like, you know, people say nowadays you can't go back basically and track a lot of your let me put my volume up. Your African DNA. Like there's no real setup to really 100% know where Africa you might come from. Yeah, you might do a DNA test and all that bullshit, whatever, but a lot of that should be capped too. You know what I mean? So a lot of people are not really identifying as, oh, I'm an African American. What's up, Casey? You know what I mean? So, you know, Cameron and this nigga Victor Mensa, what's his name? Victor Mensa been going back and forth with it. I'm gonna play like a little piece of what Cameron was talking about in this bitch. Everybody hit that like button and shit, man. Shit.
Look, if you won't believe that, what you trying to acknowledge? Yo, nigga. Yeah. See, he was a slave owner. Yeah. Giles' name.
I saw Cameron saying he's not an African and Africa stinks.
I'm not African. Someone went to Africa and told me people stink.
Stupid.
Now, obviously, this is ridiculously disrespectful and ignorant, but I love Killer. So let's approach this empirically. Why don't we do a history of the name Cameron Giles? Giles is a medieval French name originally used by the
This motherfucker gonna go back to his last name, talk about it comes from here, this and that. Like, motherfucker, you don't know no better than any one of us and shit. Like, get your ass out of here, man. Talk about, but your last name is Giles, so Giles is a slave last name, and it comes from this and that. I'm like, most likely Giles come from if you want to be technical, let me get back on screen. If you want to be technical, a lot of our last names come from white last names, if you want to be honest. A lot of our last names that we got come from a white, like my last name is a pure white last name, because that's what my great grandmom was. So like my last name really that I have, which I ain't gonna say on here, is really comes from fucking a real white culture. You feel me? And we just carry that last name. But it's not technically a slave last name, because that's what my great grandma was. And she wasn't married, so the family adopted her last name. You know what I mean? That would be my great granddad's mom. So she had, I guess, the white genes and came here and landed in New York. and that's where my dad's side, you know, would come from. You know, mostly from over there, then to New York. But like I said, it's not necessarily that your last name would be a slave last name necessarily. Like I said, look at mine. Comment got okay. It's not necessarily that's a slave last name, but a lot of people don't identify as being African anymore like that. They're like, bro, it's not even about being a Pan-Africanism or, you know what I mean, Pan-African. It's more like you're going to identify with what our ancestors have built over here. So a lot of people want to take away what we have built over here in America and, you know, kind of push us back to Africa, where I'm like, bro, we built America, motherfucker. Like, our ancestors built this motherfucker for hundreds of years. Like, nigga, like, we built this motherfucker. Like, stop fucking up our lineage down here. We understand that, okay, at the beginning of it, a lot of shit gonna come from Africa. We all know that shit, okay? If you know, you know. If you know your history, you know. But stop taking our lineage away from America. And that's basically what I feel like Cameron's kind of saying. Like, nigga, like, I'm American, nigga. Like, I can trace all my ancestors from hundreds of years back to America. Like, you know what I mean? I can't really trace nobody back from Africa no more. Like which is a
Not
fact.
exactly a striking resemblance, even if you put him in a pink fur. On the other hand,
What
there were
the
plenty of
fuck?
slaveholders named Giles. Written records trace the human beings they enslaved to Africa, oftentimes referring to them as Coromantese if they was from modern-day Ghana, Mandingos if they were from the Sahel, Igbos if they were from modern-day Nigeria. But clearly, the name Giles was passed down from someone who
Yeah, he funny, y'all. He just doing too much. He really breaking down. This motherfucker really going and breaking down where Cameron's last name come from because he said that he ain't African. He don't. Cameron says he does not identify himself as an African. So I'm waiting to see, you know, it's an open topic conversation. I'm waiting to see if FBA people that might pop up in here, how y'all feel. And I mean, like I said, it's an open topic conversation. I'm gonna wait till some people pop up. It don't seem like people interested in having a real conversation about real topics and a real subject that, you know, a lot of people need to touch base on this. That, you know, because basically a lot of people like to push our lineages back and take what our ancestors have built down here and take that away from us. That's where you get the foundational Black American from, the FBA. So, Cameron rejects the term African. And I'll play a little bit of that. But yeah, I'm waiting to see who might pop up in here. We're talking about Cameron denouncing. I'm not going to say denouncing, but Cameron saying that he doesn't identify himself as an African. So is that wrong or right? You feel me? So it's an open topic conversation. Like I said, I was looking at Cameron. He's beefing with this dude, Victor Mensa. You know what I mean? They've been going back and forth for like the last couple of weeks. I don't know if anybody's seen. They've been going back and forth. That's Victor right there. And he's upset because Cameron don't identify himself as an African. And I feel like we actually shouldn't. I mean, like, okay, you could definitely know how you... what it do, bro? What it do? It's like Davon, right? How you say your name right? I'm gonna make sure I'm saying your name correctly. Hey, Mr. Ronda, how you doing? Right now, everybody. So I got some FBA here, Mr. Ronda. You know you're an FBA queen. Do you identify yourself as African? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna play this a little bit for y'all if y'all not know what's going on.
Modern science places human beings.
So Cameron basically, if for those that's missing out, Cameron says that he don't identify himself. Yo, Apex, salute with everybody hit that like button. Cameron says that he doesn't identify himself as an African. This has been going on for a couple weeks, right? People have been talking about this. Cameron doesn't identify himself as an African. He says that he cannot trace any of his ancestors that far back. So he only claims that he's an American. Even though we're black, he says, I'm a Black American. Which that's how I would identify myself, because if you don't, you take away... It's nothing that has to do with Africa. We get it. If you know, you know, everything comes from Africa. If you want to say it comes from Asia, that's a whole nother history story we could get into. But don't take away that what our family has built in America. You feel me? So there's Cameron and Victor Mensa. This dude right here, Victor Mensa, they've been going back and forth for a while. Basically, you know, going back and forth beefing. So let's just play back.
Even though we talk about stinks, they just stink. It's Americans who stink too. But I never said y'all stink. He was on there saying he tried to go through my last name and this and that and this. Look, if you want to believe that, would you try to acknowledge it? Yeah.
She said you was a slave owner. Giles' name.
Apex, hit that like button.
Not an African, and Africa stinks.
I'm not African. Same with the African told me people stink.
Now, obviously, this is ridiculously disrespectful and ignorant, but I love Killer.
What y'all think about this, y'all? Put some comments in here. We had to have a real conversation on my platform. You know how we do.
Followers of a one Saint Giles, a nigga that looked like this. Not exactly
He talking
a striking
shit.
resemblance, even if you put him in a pink fur.
He talking
There
shit.
were plenty of slaveholders named Giles. Written records trace the human beings.
Nigga, most of our last names are slave last names, motherfucker. What you trying to get at, nigga? Trying to kick some knowledge and shit, nigga? Think he Nas and shit, nigga? Think he Jay-Z and shit, nigga?
But clearly, the name Giles was passed down from someone who enslaved Africans. Now, if modern science places human
Everybody
beings
tap
at
in. Let me get your
300,000
opinions in
years
this
old, and
motherfucker.
the oldest archaeological evidence of
This
homosexuality
nigga, this motherfucker going way back to motherfucking skulls and shit. What this nigga think he is? In motherfucking history class again, nigga? All my shit like this for? I just froze.
Culturally, you resonate with America. Fine.
Yo, what the fuck homie talk about? This nigga going all the way back talk about skulls and all this extra bullshit, nigga. It has nothing to do with that, nigga. We know where the man come from. That's not what Cameron's trying to say. He's trying to say he don't identify himself as a African because his lineage comes from here. Like if you can trace all your grandparents from a couple generations back, we from America, motherfucker. Just like me. Right? My family's all mixed the fuck up. But when it comes to like the African part, no, we can't really identify or know any ancestors that come from Africa. That's how long it's been. Motherfucker talk about like thousands of years ago. We don't know that shit, motherfucker. But I can trace back a couple hundred years ago and trace back both sides of my family to America. That's basically what Cameron is talking about, bro. It's no disrespect to being African, nigga.
That's a nationality. You may have European
no disrespect to nobody, you understand?
Ancestral origin is overwhelmingly African. Take a DNA test.
Nigga, it got nothing to do with a DNA test, man. You do a motherfucking DNA test, nigga. It's hella motherfucking shit that's gonna pop up. I bet you some European gonna pop up, some Native American gonna pop up, maybe even some fucking Chinese. A lot of my sister did a DNA test and mad shit popped up. You know what I mean? From different parts of Europe, different parts of Africa, Irish, like a lot of weird shit popped up in my sister's shit. So we got the same parents, so it means that my shit be the same shit basically. So a lot of weird shit popped up. Maybe I forget if some Caribbean shit might have popped up on my shit. It's all weird shit. My family all mixed the fuck up. But that's not even the point. The point is, motherfucker, our lineage come from motherfucking right here, nigga. Our ancestors built America, motherfucker. You know what I mean? It was built off slaves' backs, nigga. We built America, motherfucker. Then it takes away from the Indian, the indigenous people too. Because a lot of us got mixture with that too. You dig what I'm saying? So I hate when people trying to take that away. Well, no, you're an African. Like, nigga, we know where the first man come from. You understand? That's not what the point is.
I can see Killer being like Cherokee, but you can
see, that's it. Now he talk about Indian, like Cherokees, indigenous people. Listen,
don't get
motherfucker.
mad at me because I love Cam. But like Africa stinks. Come on. I mean, it stinks.
It depends what shit. Well, shit. It depends what part of Africa you might be at. Yeah, Nigeria and shit. Yeah, there's a lot of nice places in Africa. Don't get it twisted. Not all Africans. Africa is a nice continent. It ain't no country. You understand me? So let's get that shit out of the way too. Africa is a continent. You know what I mean? Egypt is in Africa. You understand what I'm saying? That's how deep Africa goes. So we're not taking away having any parts of Africa. But what we're saying is our lineage, most of our lineage starts here. And some people cannot trace their lineage to Africa. Because there's black people everywhere. That's another fucking thing too. There's black people everywhere. There's always been black people everywhere. You go to Europe, you go to China, any parts of Africa. You know what I mean? Like, bruh, there's just always been black people everywhere. If you know, you know. That's just a whole nother history when it comes to history. That's just another lesson when it comes to history. If you want to know your lineage and where shit come from, we can get into that. YouTube don't like that kind of talk. But if you want to talk facts, we just dropping real history facts, YouTube. But Cameron doesn't announce that he is a African. He says he is a black American. He said, I'm a black man from America. My mom, my grandma, her grandma, all comes from America, motherfucker. That's all he's saying. This nigga talk about, you got this mixed with you. Your last name is Giles. So it's a slave last name. Duh, nigga, your last name is Minson. What last name? Where that come from? Like, I mean, where that name come from? Most of us have slave background. or a name from a slave master or some shit like that. Like, fuck you talking about, nigga?
Whatever they want to call it, I don't give. That's the problem, right? Niggas will come back with this. Niggas be like, yo.
That pain in your hips and back?
Yeah, man, get somebody comments here. Niggas is scared to have real conversation on this bitch, bro. Niggas be scared to have real conversation. Bitch, open topic conversations on here. You understand? We talk about real shit.
That was created in Africa, and we did all the research on it, and it traced back to where the name Phillips was a slave owner, whatever last name. And this is why we know we're Middle Eastern. Nigga can't get the story right from last week.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Saying that I said Africa 6, I didn't even say that. So therefore, how are we supposed to believe what's from that you know what's going on 2,000 years ago if you don't know what's going on last week?
Speaking facts, man. He said Cam is funny. Yeah, but he's speaking facts though. He's funny, but he's speaking facts though. A real talk, like he's speaking facts though. Like most of us cannot, like you know, you FBA too, right? I'm sure you FBA too, right, fam? So, what do you claim yourself to be? Are you an African American or are you just a Black American? Because I know, like on job applications, they just say if you like Black. They don't say nothing with African. If you notice on job applications, I don't know about where you at and shit, but I don't really see like you are African American. It just be like you Black. Yeah, speaking facts. Like I keep saying, that African part of it, it's not that we try to break away from having any bloodline. Of course, we all have bloodlines to Africa. Motherfucker, there's white people that have bloodlines to Africa. That's not what he's saying. He's saying that we've been down. If you could trace your lineage from here, making you FBA, foundational Black American, right? If you could trace your ancestors back like 4 or 5 like generations back, motherfucker, our lineage is here. You dig what I'm saying? Like we can't trace my great. You know what I mean? We can't trace that shit back. Like and more love to all my ancestors. Like some of my ancestors, because not all my ancestors come from Africa. You know what I mean? But my ancestors that did come from over there, respect and love to them. You know, and anybody in my family that was slaves, it ain't no disrespect to none of them. It's not. But like when it comes to me and tracing back like 5 generations ago, I would say I'm a Black American. I can't really say I'm African. I ain't never been to Africa. I don't know none of my family members nobody in my family never been to Africa. Well, let me say that people in my family have been to Africa, but nobody has been born there and raised in Africa. Yeah, I got family members that travel there and shit like that. You know what I mean? That travel there on vacation to see how Africa is a beautiful continent. So we're not taking away being Africa, being from Africa, or have a bloodline from Africa. What we're saying is most of us can only trace our lineages back to America. Reminds you of scriptures. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, I'm trying. I want to really get on topics like this. I want to go back and forth. Not go back and forth with people, but I'm trying to open up the door to more open topics and more serious conversations like we did yesterday. And I'll be doing other things. I got this little paper basketball shit I was fucking with. I kind of stole that from somebody. I ain't gonna hold. I see somebody else doing that. I'm like, let me try this shit. You know what I mean? To pay attention to the false stories and to genuinely such things end up in Jerusalem Memorial give rise to spirituality rather than provide anything from God in connection with faith. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. You feel me? But do you identify yourself as an African American? Or what's up with it? Lifts? What's up with it? I see you on here in a minute. My dad says to me, my dad funny because I just got me a new strap. My dad told me send him one and shit. I don't think I can show pictures of guns in here. I probably won't show y'all my gun. I won't show y'all my shit. Said, where you been, Brewski? I've been chilling, bro. I just been taking care of business and I've been live though. I've been back live on this page. I'm trying to get the page monetized. So I have been live, doing different kind of content, more open topic conversations. So the content's a little bit different. I'm trying to build up a real audience of real people I'm gonna have. Right now we're talking about Cameron. You know, Cameron was denouncing that he not African. You feel me? Cameron rejects the term African American. You dig what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm talking about when you looking healthy now, bro. I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, I've been like working out a little bit more. yeah, the last couple months I took off from YouTube, I came back, a little bit, a little bit stronger, and you know what I mean, I got back into push-ups and messing with the way. I'm always gonna be a skinny dude, but I'm just a skinny dude that got a little bit of muscle now. That's that's about it, bro. But I appreciate it though. I've been not stressing as much, been out the way, but been out the way when it come to negativity and stuff like that. Just taking care of family. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Trying to get back to it, pick up a little bit of weight. Probably picked up like 5, 6 pounds of muscle. You know what I mean? Do you go to the range? I don't really go to the range like that, but I just got me. You look like you not stressed. Yeah, I'm not stressed at all about shit. I'm living life just easy. Yeah, but I think we all stressed in life though. I'm just less stressed. I don't let things bother me as much as I was months ago. And I tell people that if you go back yo, if you go back, Avery, if you go back, motherfucking like 3 or 4 months ago, I look a lot skinnier. I look more stressed. Like I look a lot different. I look a lot different now than I did like 3 or 4 months ago. Um, but now I don't go to the range. I don't go to. I'm about to go because I just got me a little strap, a little, a little Ruger, a little 22. I actually got to wait to go pick it up. He said for real for like 2 months. He said it's like 4 months ago. You were a different person. Where's his mind? When I first came back live, somebody was saying like, "Oh, you look a little buffer. You look different." I forgot who said it, but I first came back on after like take a hiatus for a couple months. He would say, "Doe, you look different now. You look chilled out. Either way, keep it up." Man, I appreciate it, bro. Man, much respect, bro. Man, if I ever give you, I don't know why I never gave you a wrench. I thought I gave you a wrench before. I like to make the right people moderators that been fucking with the channel. You always been fucking with my channel for a minute. You feel me? So. Just a respect thing, you know what I mean? Out of respect, you feel me? Like that's to show my appreciation to people that fuck with the page. Give y'all a wrench. So yeah, it's not about you not being a family and nothing like that. You feel me? I just want more people to come here and feel welcome. But somebody was telling me something. I was on somebody's page and they were saying that you can't give mad wrenches out to people. Like YouTube don't like that now. Because they feel like it's like you kind of in the way trying to buy subscribers without buying them. So YouTube don't like that shit. So I think you're going to give out a certain amount of wrenches before YouTube starts saying, hey. And I think that's only when you monetize. I think that's only when you monetize. I'm not too sure how it works, but somebody was talking about that their account got shadow banned because of it. And YouTube sent them an email saying that, hey man, like it's some suspicious activity on your account. It's too much of that. For I started as a friendly troll. I be like that everywhere, but I roll with you and it became cool. Yeah. Yeah, you was definitely a troll. A lot of people end up trolling me, but it's funny. Listen, a lot of people I don't get the same trolls anymore. A lot of the trolls I end up deleting or blocking. And then like I said, my image changed a little bit, my mind changed. So like they don't come here because I don't entertain the trolls. I'm more into like that's have a real conversation. And I be gaming on here a little bit. I fuck with the game on here a little bit. I've been fake gaming, but I can game on Prism. But when I do be gaming, people don't be showing up. Yeah, YouTube views hate seeing too many mods because they feel like the block. Yeah, the block is too high. And then they feel like somebody was saying like they feel like you buying people because you get a wrench. Then everybody wants to. It's like you buying people to come to your channel. So I don't think YouTube likes that anymore. That's just something that somebody put me on game about. I was on their page yesterday. I'm like, okay, that's good to know. I already knew I wasn't going to give out too many wrenches to people. I just want to give out the wrenches to people that fuck with the channel. If you fuck with the channel, you come here, you have good conversation, I won't mind giving you a wrench. The people that I really fuck with have wrenches on here. But a lot of people that come on my channel that have wrenches don't pop up on my channel. I understand people got lives, people got jobs, but even when I go live at different times, there's so many people that got wrenches on this channel that don't pop up. So I was just like, some people have wrenches for no reason. Back to Cameron, old heads who's been quiet, just be shooting crazy shots for no reason. If you feel that way, I would stay with the Cam. Yeah, basically, what Cameron is saying is he don't identify himself as a. Let me go back and replay this. I know some of y'all probably heard it already. He don't identify himself as a African American. He considers himself just a Black American. You feel me? So let me see if I could play it from Tariq Nasheed's page to see if I could get more. I gotta go to Cameron's page really to get the whole thing on it.
The indigenous and claiming. I'm not African. I love my Africans. Salute. They don't fuck with us like that. They say we Yankees. Yeah, because ain't no Africans. I'm just telling you how it go. Why won't we go to the Olympics? You know, Floyd pointed Why when we go to the Olympics and a black man go to the Olympics, they be like, the American?
Yeah.
So why is it African there already? It's in the name already. African American.
No, they don't say that at the Olympics. They say American.
They actually don't say African American no more. They actually don't.
At the Olympics.
I was saying that before. Like even I'm gonna go back. Even with jobs, when I like jobs I be having, they don't be like, are you African American? They just be like, are you black? They're like, are you Hispanic? Are you black? Are you got European in you? You know what I mean? They don't really say African American if people notice that now. I don't know how it is with y'all, but like jobs that I had lately and shit that I applied for, they say, are you black? You black American? They don't say African American really. That's just being funky. I don't know if they're taking that word out because a lot of people say they can't identify themselves as an African American because a lot of us can't trace our roots back to Africa, which is true. You can't. Yeah, you could get a DNA, not DNA. You could do one of those tests and shit to see like where your family comes from. Yeah, African shit will pull up, but you can't really go down the line and trace exact people unless your family was really born in Africa. You feel what I'm saying? No European is mentioned, only white. They reduce us to color as well. Yeah, I haven't seen that neither. Yeah, you're right. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen you white. I haven't seen the European or you black. It's just like they changed a lot of this shit up and people not paying attention. I be trying to put people on game. I like a lot of, and I work for the county and shit. And when I applied, it wasn't like, oh, you African or you American? No. Are you black? Or do you have any Hispanic in you? No. Are you European? No. You feel what I'm saying? Are you white? Like that's basically what it is. Are you white? Are you black? Are you Hispanic? That's like, which Hispanic is not even a motherfucking color. That's a whole nother story. You feel me? We identifying with colors as it is, and that's actually wrong too to identify with a color. That's a whole nother subject right there that we identify being black. That's stupid. Or being white. Like we identify with colors. That's stupid. Like we're the only ones that do that shit. Identifying with a fucking color. That's a whole nother topic that I might want to get into on another live. I'm not white. I'm a shade of. Yeah, man. You said you're a shade of. I feel you with that. I feel you with that, man. Like, but like, yeah, I got love for everybody. But like, do I consider myself? Let's go back to here.
If they African American, they just say American.
I just say American.
That's what I'm saying. If we African American, why we don't use that at the Olympics?
Exactly, they don't. In the Olympics, they say, "Are you American?"
Ain't nothing wrong with being African. It's just that I'm not African. I was born in America.
So your bloodline, are you black?
Yeah, I'm black.
Black what? You just black.
Black American.
I'm a black man.
He's I'm a black man.
Black man.
Yo, this is where it started from. Then that Victor, what's his name? Victor Minster, he came out nowhere and started bashing Cameron saying he's not black. He's not this and that and all that extra shit. Oh, his last name is Giles. Cameron Giles. What's his Cameron's real name, if you didn't know?
It's black Cubans.
That's a fact. Black Cubans, black Puerto Ricans, it's black Chinese people.
Black don't mean African.
No, I didn't mean to say that, but we're from Africa, bro. It's the heart of a black man.
Well, yeah, if you want to go down the line, yeah, but there's also, and that's another history thing too, about Asia. Always been a real one. He's definitely a real one. But that's, if you want to go into real depth, I would say it's between Africa and Asia, because you know that you can hit Asia from a part of Africa, like how it's divided, right? If you look at the map. So there is some, like, spectacles of maybe it might actually some shit that might be in Africa. It's like in between Asia and Africa, where I believe everything might have started from, and then everything migrated into different parts of the world. It's, if you want to get what I think, and that's why I say YouTube what I think. I'm not gonna say what I know. It's just what I think and the knowledge that I researched over the years. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't feel like it's nothing wrong with him saying he's a black man and he don't consider being from Africa.
It's the land of the black man.
I'm not African. You want to be African, that's on you.
All right.
And shout out to my Africans. I'm not African.
Yeah, shout out to the Africans all day. You know what I mean?
I'm from Atlantic City.
Test mine from Atlantic City.
FBA Live, what's up, beloved?
Hey, Tariq, how are you?
I'm good, dear. How are you?
I'm good. Just want to thank you for taking the time away from your family to tap in with us. We know that
This is a good topic right here, though. This has been going on for like 2 weeks.
We love love and appreciate you.
But it's still
for that.
going on. This is just Tyreek. It's still going on. Like they still going back and forth. Cameron and that Victor. What's his name? Victor, whatever his name is. Victor Mensa and shit like
Brooke,
that.
that's my girl. I love me some Brooke. But Brooke, you
I
gotta
just
hold
want to hear what
this
Tyreek
L
might
for
say
New
with
York,
it.
because that girl done came to Chicago and got that chicken from Harold's and put some barbecue sauce on there, talking about our chicken nasty. Everybody know that no barbecue sauce going no chicken. So Brooke, you gotta hold this L for New York. But getting into New York's business, I'm gonna get into New York business a little bit. So there's a clip of the rapper Cameron.
You said where is Mensa? I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna find. I'm gonna find the video with him talking in a minute.
He's been doing for the past few years, saying that he's not African and that one of his co-hosts went over to Africa for a little vacation or whatever, came back here, told him that the people in Africa stink, they dirty, they this, that, and the third.
He's stupid.
Now, that's, public information. We all know that, you see what I'm saying? We all got social media, see the videos. My issue is that the Vic Manson rapper, The Tether, he tried to single out Cameron for saying what he was saying. And it's like, you can't fault that man for claiming his lineage. Because he's like, my mama from Jersey. We ain't from no Africa. And it's just like the delineation movement is really whooping
Cameron
on
said,
them
my
so
mom from
bad
Jersey
that
City, nigga.
They're finding anything to, hoot and holler about. And it's like, and it's like, okay, what are we doing here? Because he's saying, oh, you guys are just going to go with the 500 years of history here in America.
Exactly.
And negate the 2,900 years of it. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? America was probably formed 250 years ago, but this land is older than 500 years ago. And most of us don't have African lineage. It's just that. Like, you can't get mad at people because now we are now seeing exactly who we are and we refuse to back down.
Our ancestors built this country.
It's you trying to compare apples to oranges and there's no comparison. And then, I voice my opinion on the comment. And, of course, the Tether come under there calling me a mixed breed. There's nothing mixed about me. I don't have no foreign DNA in my body, in my lineage, none of that. Just how others said that they can trace their history back to this country, I can trace my history back to this country, to the 1700s. And I'm quite sure if I dig a little deeper, it goes back further than that. So we are over 500 years old here, and they just need to stop that lame old rhetoric of that we are all from Africa. And we are not. And it's just that, like it, love it, hate us for saying it. It is what it is. We are not from Africa, and we ain't been over there in over 500 years. So why do they keep trying to force an identity on us that don't belong to us? And I'm just going to land it at that. Enjoy your vacation, Tariq.
Yeah, she killed it. She killed it. All right, so I'm going to get into, like, what's his name? Manson, what's his name? That nigga name. This nigga right here and shit.
But besides the point,
Hold on. Let's get it. Right here and shit.
Look, if you want to believe that, would you try to acknowledge it? If you want.
Yeah. She said you was a slave owner. Yeah. Giles' name.
I saw Cameron saying he's not an African and Africa stinks.
I'm not African. Sin went to Africa and told me people stink.
He's stupid.
Obviously, this is ridiculously disrespectful and ignorant, but I love Killer. So let's approach this empirically. Why don't we do a history of the name Cameron Giles? Giles is a medieval French name originally used by the followers of one Saint Giles. A nigga that looked like this. Not exactly a striking resemblance, even if you put him in a pink fur. On the other hand, there were plenty of slaveholders named Giles. Written records trace the human beings they enslaved
Look
to
at this
Africa,
nigga.
oftentimes referring to them as Coromantese if they was from modern-day Ghana, Mandingos if they were from the Sahel, Igbos if they were from modern-day Nigeria. But clearly, the name Giles was passed down from someone who enslaved Africans. Now, if modern science places human beings at 300,000 years old and the oldest archaeological evidence of
this guy pulling up
in
skeletons and shit.
Morocco, South Africa, Ethiopia, then I struggle to understand how 500 years here erases 299,500 years in Africa. Culturally, you resonate with America. Fine. That's a nationality. You may have European or indigenous blood, but your ancestral origin is overwhelmingly African. Take a DNA test. You tell me what it says. I can see Killer being like Cherokee, but you can have a lot of Nigeria in there, my guy. Don't get mad at me because I love Cam.
He's stupid.
But like, Africa stinks? Come on. I mean, it stinks everywhere, nigga. My dog's just backyard. Now my backyard stinks.
Whatever they want to call it, I don't give a that's the problem, right? Niggas will come back with this. Niggas be like, yo. Niggas be like, this right here is a fossil that was created in Africa, and we did all the research on it, and it traces back to where
Yeah, he
the
wildin'.
name Phillips was a slave owner, whatever last name. And this is why we know we're Middle Eastern. Nigga can't get the story right from last week. You see, this is what I'm trying to tell you, right? This is what I'm trying to tell you. Saying that I said Africa 6, I didn't even say that. So therefore, how are we supposed to believe which from that you know what's going on 2,000 years ago if you don't know what's going on last week? In history of 1,500 years ago, when you can't get the story right from last week. That's light skin. Disrespect, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all like this niggas gotta be stopped, nigga. Y'all gotta be stopped, my nigga. Stop clickbaiting and trolling. And I wish I could say I you too, but I don't know what you do like that. See you on the Shy and
Look good character.
Your character?
He's a good character on the show.
Yeah, he came from
They
the
killed him
side.
off. They murdered the nigga. Didn't they murder the nigga?
Yeah, he's
Killed him
funny
off
as
the
hell.
show. He ain't that good. They keep the good niggas around. Let's Google the nigga.
Yo, he
Let me
funny
tell
as
you
hell.
something. I don't like these niggas who look at the camera like this and they marvelous.
Yo, Cameron funny as hell, huh?
That's light skin. That is.
He
light
said that's
skin.
some
My
light
bad,
skin
sir.
shit.
My bad, sir.
Niggas be looking like this.
Hey, yo, he clowning his ass.
Oh, this nigga on LSD. That's what. All right, y'all see what's going on.
Oh, yeah, huh? Come on,
yeah. He
man.
thought LSD when he tried to come back in the country.
He's stupid, huh?
I ain't gonna argue with a nigga on LSD.
Yo.
Yo, okay. So what y'all think, y'all? Like, they've been going back and forth for the last few weeks. You know, it's been hilarious back. You know, Cameron real petty. Cameron, you see what he did to Epps. What's Omar Epps and shit. See what he did with him when they was beefing. Cameron could be real petty, but he does have a point. He does have a point. Hold on, just playing back. He does have a point where we not African like that. You feel me? Like I'm saying, this been going on for a while. They've been beefing for the last few weeks. I just want to get people's opinion like that. I'm kind of with Vic. So you with Vic? Okay. Yeah, I just want to get people's opinions. Open topic conversation. I want to. Do you identify yourself as a African, like an African American, or do you identify yourself just as a Black American? It's just a simple question for like anybody that's FBA. If you're not FBA, then you couldn't really answer this because it doesn't. It wouldn't be for you. Just for anybody that's FBA out there, African American, or I would say, yeah, we have a bloodline of African. I'm so used to saying I'm African American. That's why I would say, nah, like white American. Since in Boston still celebrate St. Patrick's Day. There you go. You know what I mean? Do I feel like, okay, this is my point on it. I feel like what happens is they try to take away us building America. So a lot of people would want us to identify as being African American or putting African with our name, not trying to disrespect any of our ancestors, but they use it to take away what we did down here in America. Like anything that we built here for the last 200 and something years America has been around, they try to take that away from our ancestors here, our slaves. You know what I mean? Our ancestors that were slaves, they're trying to take that away from us too. So I would say we got both. Let's put it this way: we got claims to both lands. Both lands we helped build Africa, even Asia. If you want to get technical, we built Asia, parts of like Puerto Rico, Mexico. I mean, if you want to go down a line of lands that Africans have built, it's gonna be all over the world. But if you want to just talk about Africa or America, we got connections to both lands. You dig? So yeah, do we have African roots? Yes. Are we American too? Yes, you feel me? I technically rather call myself an African than black. I don't really like identifying with a color. I could be an African American. I don't like identifying with being black. Black is a color. It's not. It's not a lineage. Oh, you're gonna be foundational Black American. I feel like that's more of a lineage. When you saying you a color, that's why people say that they are more. People be like, I'm Irish American history, Italian Americans in New York got their culture. Yeah, yeah, I'm Irish American. Like I said, like I probably would still consider identify myself as a black African, but I just don't like using the word black. You know what I mean? I like to take the black out of the color because the color of it don't make sense. That's why where they get the word from used to be more. You know what I mean? Like more means like more is a color, more is a people. You know what I mean? That's another thing if you want to watch Hidden Colors and shit, like the word more or where the Moors come from. You know what I mean? Or mulattoes and all that stuff. So yeah. I mean, so we will be African because we know our lineage would come from Africa, you know, or parts of Asia because it's so close where it's kind of hard to tell where the real truth. None of us will really know the real truth. That's just basically what it is. He said we love Africans. Oh yeah, we love Africans. That's a fact. No, we love Sheila. We love Africans. It's not that we don't love Africans or love anybody from all. I love people from all over the world. What we saying is, do people identify themselves with being African American or just Black American? Because like I said, they taking that shit out of job titles where it's not really African American. They just saying, no, you black or you white or you like Hispanic, and Hispanic's not even like a color, so that shit don't make sense neither. You feel what I'm saying? Like me, I don't like identifying myself as being black anymore. I'm like, I never did. For years, I had a problem with that. I'm like, nigga, for one thing, I'm brown. So I'm like, that black is a word that was given to us by other people. Just saying, oh, you mulatto, you black, you this, you a Moor. I'd rather say I'm a Moor than being black. And once you get identify as being a Moor, then it gets into other rights and all that shit. If you want to do your history about the Moors and all that shit. So, but that's what Cameron is saying. Cameron's basically saying he can't trace a Pacific person to Africa, but he can trace a Pacific person back to America. That's all he's saying. Anybody who has ever lived in America for more than 5 years is American, according to me. Well, yeah, that's a fact. Nah, that's a fact. But it's funny too that I was talking about this on my last live, Queen. I was talking about this on my last live yesterday that Trump signed a birthright law now, where if your parents, both your parents are not from America, the kid, you can't be considered an American anymore. I don't know if you've seen that. It has to do with the 14th Amendment. So if your parents are not here, or if you come from like a country that we have problems with, and you come over here and you have a kid and you're not really a citizen, your kid not American. And Trump, they just signed. I just talked about that in my last live. Yeah. Yep, you can't. A lot of people didn't know that. I'm just bringing knowledge. So hopefully you subscribe to the channel. I like your opinions and you coming here for conversations, shit like that. Like I want to get more open-minded people to come join this channel. How many married? So how many married? If it was like the other, maybe it had almost to be one instead of two. If so, how many did you? What? How many married? If it was like the other one, maybe it had almost to be one. I have no clue what the hell you trying to say, man. Anybody know what he ain't even trying to say in the comments? Like, what does that even mean, bro? Like, stop putting nonsense inside the chat. Like, I have no clue what you even trying to say. You just saying any old thing in the chat that don't even make fucking sense. If you did, what are you talking about, bro? Hit that like button. At least hit that like button, because I have no clue what you're saying. You way off what the topic what we talking about. I have no clue what you even talking about inside the chat at all. But I do want open-minded people on this chat. You don't make no sense what you saying, bro. Your shit don't make no sense. Like, what are you talking about? How many married? If it was like the other one, maybe it had almost to be one instead of two. What are you talking about, bro? Like, what topic are you on? Like, real talk. What are you talking about? You're just saying stuff in the chat, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Not even to be funny. I'm trying to get at what you talking about inside the chat. We here having a good ass conversation right now. I don't really get what you getting at. No offense. I don't. Maybe somebody else can elaborate what you're saying inside the chat. Nah, Trump signed the bill. How if it was almost in there? Maybe you had a channel with it. You what? You said Trump signing the bill. Now, if it was almost in there, maybe you had a channel with it. You did. If it was, bro, yes, Trump signed a bill saying if your parents are not from America, right? If you have two parents, right, and your parents, if you come here on a visa or some shit like that, you come here, you have a kid over here, your kid is not considered American. A lot of people got over on that from years. They come here since their kid was born here and they got a birth certificate saying that they was born in America, then it gives the parents rights to America now because they got a kid here. So that's basically why they signed that bill, because that's basically, you know, Trump got a thing with immigrants. So he's trying to stop immigrants from coming into our country illegally. Bruh, what you saying in the chat, bro? No disrespect, bro, but we talking about if you consider yourself, I don't know if you even FBA, Foundation Black American. So do you identify yourself as just being a Black American, or do you identify yourself as African American? That's basically what the conversation was politics. Yeah, but I do talk a little bit about politics, and I got some other things I will be talking about on this platform. It's an open topic platform. I talk about anything. It could be sports, it could be politics. You know what I mean? I just want open-minded people to join this channel. Hit that notification bell. Hit that subscribe button so you know when I'm live. I do a lot of different kind of content on this page. It's an open topic page. I do a little bit of everything. I just want people to come fuck with the page. You know what I mean? Hey, Sharonda, how you doing? Sharonda, we've been having a good conversation this last, 40... What we been on? 47 minutes, Sharonda. As you know, Cameron been beefing with Victor Menso, the rapper or the nigga that was on the Chai. I'm glad to see you here. I'm glad to see you here. You see, I'm definitely as the son of God. That's a fact. We all the son of God for facts. We were talking about, Sharonda, do you identify yourself as an African American, or do you identify yourself as just an American? And the reason why I say that, because Cameron, the rapper Cameron, he doesn't identify himself as an African American. And he doesn't identify himself as an African American because he cannot trace any of his lineage back to Africa, meaning he can't find a great grandparent that comes from Africa. So he identifies himself as just a Black American. So he don't put the African part in there. So a lot of people are butthurt, just like this nigga right here. And you probably seen it. This nigga right here, and I always played the video. I'll play one more time. Where this nigga at? This nigga Victor. I'm going to play it right here for you, Shawanda. This nigga right here. Hold on real fast. Give him on the phone. His name is Victor.
I love Killer. So let's approach this empirically. Why don't we do a history of the name Cameron Giles? Giles is a medieval French name.
So let's go back and see a little bit. Let's go back a little bit.
Vic, yeah. We was talking about Africa. There's a lot of Africans mad.
Play this one more time and shit.
Listen, I ain't mean to get y'all mad.
If it's the African American they had in there now, but almost it maybe had.
It's Americans who stink too. But I never said y'all stink. He was on there saying he tried to go through my last name and this and that and this. Look, if you want to believe that, would you try to acknowledge it? If you want, nigga. She said he was a slave.
He doesn't identify himself as a Black African.
African and Africa stinks.
I'm not African. Same went to Africa and told me people stink.
He
wildin'.
This is ridiculously disrespectful and ignorant, but I love him.
So this is the guy he's beefing with, Shawan.
Why don't we do a history of the name Cameron Giles? Giles is a medieval French name originally used by the followers of a one Saint Giles, a nigga that looked like this. Not exactly a striking resemblance, even if you put him in a pink fur. On the other hand, there were plenty of slaveholders named Giles. Written records trace the human beings they enslaved to Africa, oftentimes referring to them as Coromantese if they was from modern-day Ghana, Mandingos if they were from the Sahel, Igbos if they were from modern-day Nigeria. But clearly, the name Giles was passed down from someone who enslaved Africans. Now, if modern science places human beings at 300,000 years old and the oldest archaeological evidence of Homo sapiens is in Africa, Morocco, South Africa, Ethiopia, then I struggle to understand how 500 years here erases 299,500
So
years.
basically, Danny's been going back and forth for the last few weeks. Him and Cameron been going back and forth, throwing shots at each other, which is funny, hilarious to me. But you know, he just mad because Cameron he doesn't identify. It's his preference. I know I'm African. I know our lineage come from Africa, but at the end of the day, we FBA. If you come from here, you could trace your ancestors back a couple of generations back from here. You FBA, you foundational Black American, means that this land was built off the backs of your great grandparents and shit like that. That's all that means. You feel me? If you could trace your grandparents 4 or 5 generations back, you foundational Black American, even if like 2 generations, but more like 4 or 5. A couple hundred years, or especially from the beginning, and I think America been around for over 250 years now, or some shit like 250 years. You fucking American. What up, Jack? You know what I mean? You American. So that's all Cameron's basically saying, that I don't identify with being African no more. I am a Black American. I'm a American. I'm a black man from America. That's basically all he's saying. Motherfucker, you belong in jail, Jack. You belong in jail, punk. You understand me? Fuck he talk about? I just want to come here and say random shit. Grown man can't come here and have a real conversation. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Real people can't come here and have a real conversation. You gotta say stuff upside your head because you don't got the right brain cells to comprehend what the fuck I'm talking about. That's the shit I be talking about when it come to these trolls. These trolls is coming here and don't got no brain cells. We can remove the identity of American to has everyone is a human. That's a fact too. At the end of the day, fuck all that color, fuck all that being white, Spanish. That ain't even the fucking color. All that, you Indian, fuck all that. We all just humans. At the end of the day, we all the same people. We all bleed the same. We all just have. They want to identify us with fucking skin color, which is the dumbest shit ever. Just like them trying to split up religion. That's a whole nother story that I don't want to get into because YouTube don't like that when I start preaching. That's why I put to my other channel. So when you start talking about religion and how this shit is split up and how it's trying to keep us split up and all that shit and people don't want us to be combined, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother life right there talking about religion and shit like that and us identifying as being Black. And if you want to be honest, too, with the slaves, there was Black people that enslaved other Black people. There were Spanish people that enslaved other Spanish people. If you want to be technical, white people that kill other white people. It should go on for generations. You know what I mean? And if you want to just pick up a book and read it. Just pick up a book and read it. And then you'll find out a lot of information on here. I don't have to blab. YouTube don't like that shit, bro. You look like a old sock. No, I look like somebody that would knock your fucking head in. That's what I look like, bro. So like I said, come on here with positivity or don't come here at all. Simple as that. Come here with positivity or don't come here at all. Some of these people don't have the right brain cells to come here and have a conversation. They want to come here and just say dumb shit that don't even be funny. I just be looking like, bro, you don't got a life. You come here to waste it. You wasted your brain cells just to say that one corny joke. Like, come on now, man. Be serious, man. You wasted all that energy to say some whack ass shit. All that shit. And we've been on here almost an hour. You come on here, he probably been in live this long just to come here and say some whack ass shit, bro. So that you can't comprehend nothing. It took you that long to say some dumb shit, bro. What the fuck wrong with this clown, man? Bunch of clowns to be on here just saying dumb shit. You can't have an adult conversation. Don't come on this platform. This is Jersey Rich Open Topics. This platform's not made for no kid activity, motherfucker. It ain't made for drama. If you can't hear it, like I said, the last couple of lives, I've been having good ass conversations on here lately. Talk about politics. We talking about like the birthright law that Trump did sign. And I do a lot of other shit. I might talk about music, beef, and I talk about a lot of shit, sports, whatever. I talk about a little bit of everything, but just come here with the right brain cells. Don't come here with that stupid stuff like you don't got no sense. American as long as history of slavery before white people ever came to Africa, and even Rome's used to make slaves out of white people. Yeah, in Europe, that's what I'm saying. White people had Spanish people had slaves. White people had their own slaves. Black Africans enslaved Africans, and there was and then people get it fucked up too. It's Africans that sold other Africans to the Europeans. So it's like pick up a history book. There's more history to that. If you want to talk about slaves and all of this shit, it's more to that story. It's more to that story. Real talk. You talk about the demo of abortion. I'm not talking about that right now. That's a whole nother topic right there. You feel me? But that's a topic that we could get into maybe in the future. You know, I mean, like I said, I'm going to get into a whole lot of things. And I ain't talk about that shit because a lot of that shit that might come from white people too. I'm just saying. You know what I mean, yeah, I know he might try and think it might come from black people and all that stuff. That's a whole nother conversation. We talk about that. I don't believe in none of that stuff as it is. I feel like if you got a life, if you got a heartbeat, everybody's life is meant to be here on for a reason. And that's the way I look at it when they come to that, you know, type of topic and shit like that. You know what I mean? Say you got a pattern if you got a brain. So tell me what the pattern is. What you think the pattern is? I mean, I know what the truth is. I know what it is. I do a lot of studies about all that stuff the topics that you're trying to bring up. But that just, you know, you trying to go off topic with some shit that's what I'm saying. He trying to go off topic with shit I'm already talking about. He trying to hop into a whole nother comment. He trying to get into an argument. That's basically what that is. When somebody keep doing that, putting that, he trying to get into an argument for me to say certain stuff to get into an argument with it. And I'm saying this is open topic platform, so we can go back and forth, but we're gonna go back and forth like grown people. And soon I will start doing an open panel. We can have real conversations, but I can bring people to the panel. We can start talking. But I want to do it when the page grows a little bit more, and I got people that really fuck with the page heavy, like my moderators, people coming here heavy when I'm live. I'm gonna start using StreamYard again. Start getting this shit popping for real. Have a real conversation, no beef and none of that shit. We're gonna talk about real shit. It could be music, it could be politics, whatever fuck you want to talk about. We can talk about it as long as it stays through YouTube guidelines. It's like why these people coming in talking hot garbage. They always do that, bro. You're going to get trolls on here that don't like what you say. You're going to get trolls on here that might not like how you look. And most of the trolls on here don't have a life. So they come on here and troll people's pages. I used to get a bunch of trolls on this page months ago before I took a hiatus and I came back. I don't get as many trolls anymore. They don't fuck with me like that. They know better now. And a lot of them I deleted and blocked them so they don't come back like they used to. But I'm known to get trolls. If you got a YouTube channel, you're going to get trolls on here. This is how it goes. You feel me? He said the church used to enslave Europeans. Yeah. Like I said, a lot of people got enslaved. Europeans got enslaved. Look what the Russians and all that shit look like. You know, look what they did to all these other peoples and shit like that. The Holocaust. Just look at a lot of shit that happened. It's all in the history books. We ain't even got to talk about it. Just look and then see that other races enslaved their own people. And it's been going on for years. You feel me? So, but when it comes to down here and the birthright and all that shit, I talked about that on my yesterday's live. You know, Trump signing that bill to. I don't want to keep going repeating myself from last live shit like that, but I can touch base a little bit and dibble in it. But we was talking about Cameron not identifying himself as an African American. He doesn't like being called African, and I don't. And I would take that too, but I'm not going to disrespect my African roots. So yeah, that's true. Humans say we did it to ourselves. If you want, hey, that's actually pretty well. We did it to ourselves. If you want to put it that way, we are the same kind of people, right? We did it to ourselves. And in that, while everything counts, but if you handle those weirdos in the positive way, they will follow you till you die. Play their mind with positivity. Don't let them play. Yeah, now you're right. Yo, you right with that. One life, man. I pretty much that's what I've done with this channel, basically. Everybody hit that like button. I appreciate it. That's why I basically welcome the trolls in. Like Lift would tell you, if Lift is still on here, he'll tell you Lift came on here as a troll. But he was a troll that didn't troll me like that bad and end up getting cool with me. There's a lot of trolls on here that really fuck with my channel. You feel me? Like Lift said, you could tell him like you was a troll that, you know, it might have came off, and then, you know, me and you actually got cool on the channel. Then you became just a regular person on the channel. You wasn't like a troll. I didn't consider you a troll. Which is a lot of people on this channel. A lot of people come here, that they come here with some different shit. Yeah, just testing the waters. People come here, see who they can fuck with, and they see like, okay, I can fuck with Jersey Rich. He cool. What it is I become too cool, and then the trolls be like, damn, you kind of too cool. I don't want to fuck with you like that. Like, you know, you're a cool dude. That's kind of what happens, because I give people the benefit of the doubt to be respectful on the platform. Hey, see, what the fuck? See, that be that weirdos to come here just saying crazy shit, man. Hit that like button though, bitch. When you come here to say random dumb shit, then I'm just gonna treat you like a bitch because you just say stupid shit. You can't hear it. You can't say grown man shit. I'm on a whole grown man wave. Like, you on some little kid wave type shit. And I'm just not on like no little kid wave. I'm just like on a whole different level. But I do want more people to hop on. Just enjoy your time on the plane. Yeah, you gotta enjoy life. You gotta enjoy life. Life is too short. That's another thing why I want to be able to grow this channel to reach a lot of people, because I'm like, bro, I want to enjoy talking to people. That's one thing. That ain't the only thing I'm gonna do, but that's one thing I want to do. Is I always wanted to build a platform up where I can have it, where I could, like, boom, I could go live and connect with a bunch of people. Everybody wish they could do that. Not everybody wants to do YouTube or social media, but I'm somebody that, like, I kind of want to do it, and it's been tough. YouTube has been tough, and social media has been tough. I had like one page that kind of got popping, and then YouTube kind of shadow banned it. And then I started this page, and then this page was my sport page, and I flipped it from a sport page to open topic page, which fuck up the algorithm. So it's been hard for me to get the page into a open-minded platform. So I'm looking for open-minded people to have open-minded conversations. Hey, see, you just saying random shit in the chat, bro. But it's all good, though. Like I said, I might come back. I'm actually going to end this live. I'm going to come back. What time is it? It's like 4:41. I'll probably come back in probably like 30 minutes. I was playing this little game, this little, you know, old school paper basketball shit. And you know what I mean? I seen somebody doing it in live. I hate to steal people ideas, though, but it's like funny for me to do it. He does his better than mine. Mine is just me just shooting basketball inside of a garbage and shit like that, and see how many y'all can make and shit like that, and then have the chat. You guess how many shots I'm gonna make or miss and shit like that. So I might play some music with it and shit. You know, them pages don't get monetized. Them lives don't get monetized though, but it's just something to watch me do. And sometimes I game on here. I got a couple of games. I've been fucking with car racing game. I got Mortal Kombat. I got Mario. I got 2K. I got Madden. I got a lot of different games I game. So yeah, I've been fucking around. Just, you know, just old school. Now you little kid, you be throwing the papers inside the garbage. Just, you know what I mean? Just fucking around. Just, you know, just some kind of content I've been doing just to see. And they worked yesterday. So I'm going to see if I could get it again, if I can get people to get that notification bell. Plus, I could do it and have a conversation. I'm just learning with YouTube. YouTube people like to watch you do something. So I game, but every time I game on here, I don't have a bunch of people coming on here. You can watch me play the game and have the same conversation. People just don't get the idea. So when I game, people don't pop up. I barely get a lot of views when I be gaming. So that's why I was going to game. Maybe I game a little after that. But I might shoot the basket a little bit. Not really a real basket. I'm just in one of my little buckets. I got a couple rolled up papers. I call it paper basketball. You feel me? I actually stole that out there from somebody. I give them credit for it. I ain't going to give you his page. But I seen somebody do it on a page. And I kind of like, no, let me try this shit. He said, ballin', hell yeah, Jim Jones. Bro, that song was official when that came out. That's another thing, hip-hop shit, albums that's coming out, different, albums that's going to come out and shit like that. I just seen Jim Jones and shit. Jim Jones was riding the e-bike on the, the Brooklyn Bridge or some shit? I forget where he was at. I think he was in Brooklyn. He was riding the bridge on Brooklyn. He fell off the bridge. Not fell off the bridge, but he fell. He fell somewhere close to the bridge. Him and Fabulous is riding e-bikes. I don't know if y'all seen that. If not, then I'll play later on. You going live now? Yes, I'm about to probably pop up on your shit too. Yeah, that shit was funny. Yeah, Jim Jones bust his ass. He didn't really show it though, but he was mad, bro. I bust my ass. I lost my sunglasses and all this shit. Like, that shit. Everybody go make sure y'all go sub the Bug. It was just his birthday. Happy belated birthday again, Bug. Everybody go make sure y'all go sub the Stink Bug on his channel. He be having good conversations on his platform too. And I mean, he has a lot of sleep lives though, but you can pop up when he's live and shit. He has a lot of good conversations. You know what I'm saying? So definitely go show y'all some love to Sting. But I'm about to end this live. Then I'm probably gonna go back live in a half hour or 45 minutes. There's gonna be playing some music and some paper basketball. You know what I mean? Something like that. Like I said, I saw the idea from somebody. It ain't something that I thought about doing. I seen somebody do it. Sometimes sometimes you gotta copy a little bit on YouTube. I hate to say sometimes you gotta copy a little bit, but I add my twist to my page. I game, I have good conversations, and then I got other little things I do in between the lives. You know what I mean? When I go live, just to keep it entertaining. Sometimes I'm outside with it so people can see the water and the birds and shit. So I changed it up. I do a little bit of different things on the page. I'm not just sitting in the room in my recline and shit like that. You feel me? I'm chilling. I do different things. So I do appreciate everybody hitting that like button, tapping in, hit that like button one more time. I appreciate if you can. If people replay this video back, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. I will be back give me about 45 minutes. I will be back, y'all. I'm gonna catch everybody. We out. We're gonna have a good conversation next live too. Catch everybody, man. Hit that notification bell. Hit that bell so you know when I'm live. A lot of people have been missing when I'm live. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm live, bro. Let's grow this channel, bro. And then make sure y'all go sub to everybody on this channel. Well, I want everybody to start getting subs on this channel so everybody can show love to everybody else's content. We out. Be safe.